Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. I thought I had missed an episode, but they took a break. So let's get into this nice episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I don't know if this is what a lot of people wanted to see, Melissa going out with her mother and her husband, but for me, I appreciate it. I love Melissa and Joe in this era. They are solid to me. And then she was talking about her mom is getting older. She's kind of dating, and her sisters want someone in her life. So I thought this was really sweet. And Melissa's getting ready for her Envy fashion show. So Margaret had gone up to Dolores's because Dolores had called so they could have a conversation about what else Margaret had said other than the text that she sent Jackie, because Jackie let her know that Margaret talks about her and Polly. So she's telling Dolores about the diagnosis that's going on with Joe, right? I really hope that Joe is okay. I hope they catch everything early. And she talked about how she just can't be without him. Then Dolores kind of went into what the meat and potatoes is. She asked Margaret about what was it that she had said about her and Polly. Margaret told her, like in her fit of rage, sometimes she says that something about David. David wouldn't allow this to happen. David is a guy, if you don't know who you're talking about, he's a guy who did not do good by Dolores, much like Polly, right? But the good thing about David is he wasn't married. Polly is married. And she was like, is there anything else you said? So she told her something else, and she asked her not to talk about me and Polly, especially around people who don't like me. That's all she can ask. Margaret, it's sweet and sour with her. When she runs her mouth, she gets on your nerves, but she does seem like she's a good friend. I love Nate and Danielle. I love that he knows where her position is in his life as his wife. I love how he tells her to fix her face, right, when she's getting ready to see Jen. So she's getting ready to see Jen at the Envy fashion show. Her daughter is getting ready to be in a Kids Bop video. And she was disappointed because he didn't come to the relunch, her father. So Nate was like, I'll reach out to him. I was like, why can't she do it? But she told us in the confessional that she is too weak to do it because her brother has put her out of his life and she doesn't want that to happen with her dad. So Nate handles all of it. If it becomes too much, he gets in and he referees. And I love that. But that's a crazy situation. Let's keep going. Melissa is getting ready for her fashion show. So we'll see what happens here. Right? Because everybody is coming except for Teresa. And Jen is over here on FaceTime with Teresa, letting her know this is the first time she's going to see Danielle since they had that little powwow. And she's getting ready to go to the fashion show. I know this is eating Teresa up because all the girls are going except for her. Right? Teresa wants to be there. She does not like to not be part of the attention. But she just cannot go. She cannot go. I know this is too much for her. And Jen is going. And I think Jen is always trying to check the temperature with Teresa. She just doesn't want to cross that line. So Jackie comes in. Jen Fessler's here. Like, I really feel like Jen Fessler just quite doesn't fit in with these ladies. Right? She over talks. Her timing is off. And it just gets awkward sometimes. But my girl Margaret is ready. She is ready for this. Margaret and Jen kind of went back and forth just a little bit or whatever. But then to put the nail in the coffin, she was like, oh yeah, Melissa sent us all clothes from Envy. To let Jackie know she didn't get anything. It made it sound like, ma'am, you are not on the list. Frank tells the guys that he did not get a chance to get engaged to Brittany, so he has to do something here soon because, his dog passed away. I love when these guys get together and have a conversation. And I'm glad Joe is here, Margaret's husband, because he needs something to take his diagnosis off of his mind, or what could be his diagnosis. So Jackie's telling Dolores about how the ladies are wearing Envy. She doesn't have Envy. And Dolores is like, yeah, she said she didn't want to just ask anyone. If you wanted something, just ask her, but it wasn't a big deal if you didn't wear it. And Jackie's like, why did Margaret make it seem like that? Because why not? It's Margaret. So Margaret is always going to make you feel like you're less than Jackie. You just need to be smart, and you are losing in that area, man. So Dolores is really fed up with the camaraderie of the girls, right? She's like, where are we going? Jackie's not talking to Margaret. Teresa's not there when everybody else is there. Jen is talking too much. Danielle can't with her. Like, where are they going? And I have that same question too. I think these are some good girls. I think they have really good back and forth. And I really don't even mind Teresa not being here all the time. But I get what Dolores is asking. So Jen is sitting here talking to Margaret, and she's telling her, like, you could have called me, you could have texted me, because Margaret was like, how are you? How are you doing? Margaret owned up to it. She was like, yeah, I could have done it, but I didn't. Let's move on. P.S. Did you know that spraying hairspray at the bottom of your heels will cause you not to slip on the floor? Melissa sprayed hairspray at the bottom of all the girls' heels before they started going on the runway. I had no idea. Melissa's line looked really good. I liked all the pieces. But then there was just one thing. Yeah, I just don't like Jen. I'm sorry. And it was this question right here that solidified it for me. Now, she's at Melissa's fashion show, right? Melissa is very proud of where she is, where she has come from with this. She is excited about it. She invited Jen, and Jen is sitting here trying to figure out, I don't understand how she can say these are her fashions and she didn't design them. They're her fashions, right? Like, who designed that nose that you have on your face? Or whatever that body is that you have right now. I can't with Jennifer. I'm done. So Danielle's dad did not make it. He told Nate that his wife had some type of eyelid surgery, but he wanted to be there. I don't know what exactly is happening with this family, but this needs to be something they take care off of the air. We don't need to know anything about it, because we don't. We just know that she's not talking to her brother in some kind of way. She and her dad are just not on the same page. I think they need to handle this off camera. Teresa and this lady right here, this is her co-host on her Namaste Bees podcast, and they're getting ready to do a live podcast. She's so excited. So her and the girls are talking and trying to figure out everything that's going on. Teresa said that, it's the case that's going on with Louis. She can't talk about it right now, but she will talk about it later. Louis is always into something. Teresa needs to date a mailman or somebody like that, a truck driver, or somebody who, the manager of Kroger. Because these men that she tried to talk to, they don't do her right. And congratulations to Danielle's daughter and son in the Kids Bop music video. Like, this is so cool. And I know this is so good to see. She's doing so well. So here's Danielle, right? Hold on. And here's Jen speaking loudly to someone about her and Danielle's situation. I was trying to talk to her calmly, and she was just aggressive. Now, if Danielle passes by her and just nudges her on into that stage, she'll say that Danielle was wrong. I just can't with Jen. I just simply cannot. P.S. I don't know if you all know this, but Dorinda Medley, who is from the Real Housewives of New York, is in the audience. Dorinda is one of my top 5 housewives. Like, I don't know why Bravo won't release her and put her back on the show. Dorinda needs to be seen, heard, and spoken about. So Teresa is reading to the audience from her diary. She wants us to believe that this is her personal diary, and she journals every day. I don't believe that, but this is what she wants us to believe. And she said this is about her peace, right? She says family is important, although other family members don't think so. This is what she has to do. She's always taking those little jabs at Melissa and Joe. But I know this is hurtful to her. But if you think Teresa's at home writing in a diary, okay. So they're on a little break from the Namaste podcast, right? So the girls are back there talking, and this is actually in a cathedral. Danielle looks over to Jen and said, I'm surprised that it didn't burn into flames with you in here, right? Because she's my girl, and it has to be said. So Teresa's standing up here talking about she wants to fix you guys, and she wants to bring you guys back together. But Jennifer's like, there are some things in your life you can't fix, right? And she was like, you should know that, meaning her relationship with her brother and her sister-in-law. So as it goes on, Danielle gets ready to go. And on her way out the door, she said that Jen looked like a piece of you-know-what. So now Jen is all up in arms. So Jen was talking real, high octave to Teresa. And Dolores came in here and said, look, don't talk to her like that. She was like, but she's sitting over here trying to make me make up with her. And after what she said. Now, Jen Fessler and Jackie, they was like, this is not our fight. They was out of the door. But for the most part, this was a good episode. Let me know what you thought about it. It's your girl, Millie Chan. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.